Damn it, my... Dan and Phil... you know... Okay. I, I, I was debating whether I was gonna keep Dan and Phil playing in the background. Hit comment if you want a video that's me talking with Dan and Phil in the background. BBD is a crazy bitch, because it does not matter what it is. If it's some sort of, like, negative thing, some form of conflict, my brain gets, like, stuck in the thought. Like, I know it isn't a big deal. Like, I was just too loud and woke my roommate up talking about Fermit. There's no reason for my brain to be stuck on that thought and to keep going, just not even thinking anything. Like, oh, I suck for this. It's just this inescapable drench of anxiety to where I just can't make myself think of anything that isn't the fact that I feel anxious. The cure to talking about something too much and not being able to get something off of your mind is to talk about it. Just keep on talking about it until you have no more words for it. This doesn't mean you say those words to other people, but you gotta talk. People don't journal. People need to journal. That hide under the covers and shame woodlet from The Sims. That's me in my room right now after being way too fucking loud, talking about Fermit in the living room right next to my roommate's wall at 10 in the morning. They hate the house because they all told the truth at 10 in the fucking morning. The one time when I said I at 9 a.m., someone in my choir, she just graduated, B flat for Brooke. Marilee will get it. Yeah. I met our choir, well, I didn't meet him, I saw our choir professor's son again yesterday when I was doing my voice placement. I'm in alto 2, as always, though when we have a 5-part split, or whatever, I'm in alto 3. Yeah, I got a high range, but I can still hit that high C. My professor, she was like, you have a wide range, and I was like, it's because I listen to real music, and she just went, but I saw her son, and she was like, oh, I'm glad that he got to see you before he went to go have a cello practice with a music major who does cello for our choir. And she was like, yeah, you're one of his favorites. And I was like, well, Kai, you are one of the few kids who don't annoy me. And she was just like, well, and he was like, oh, give me time and I'll surely become annoying. And I was like, me too. Give me some time. I'll become annoying. So I guess my choir professor, she was also the high school AP music theory teacher of JJ, my maintenance guy. He likes Psych and the X-Files and Supernatural and Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Community. Did I say that? We met when he was fixing my air conditioning over the summer. It had been 11 days since I'd spoken to a human being after getting lost in the woods and losing my cat. And he was like, how are you doing? And I was like, I just started watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And he was like, oh, that's sick. And we ended up talking about all of these TV shows, especially Psych. Sean Spencer is my role model. Oh, he's also seen Malcolm in the Middle. Fucking crazy, man. All of my favorite shows. But he hasn't seen Farscape. But Yeah, I think that the only one in my TV genres and styles class who has also seen Farscape is my professor. I'm in that class to talk about TV and learn. I'm learning things like some facts, but when it comes to a lot of like, he'll be like, yeah, you're gonna see a lot of Cold War tensions in these 50s, 60s stuff, and I was like, I know. In my head, I was like, I know. Why do you think I love Star Trek so much? Why? Bro, I like Dan and Phil and Star Trek for the critical theory. I mean, I would say for me personally, Destiel OTP, Kirk Spock, OGM Preg, MSR. Destiel just has to get number one because they it's so fucked up what Supernatural did to us. It is so fucked up what Supernatural did to us. Fermit. Fermit. And then I guess Dan and Phil. But when I said I had to get up at 9 in the morning, she was just, she laughed. She laughed. She was like, 9 in the morning? I'll have gone to the gym and be back and showered by then. And I was just like... But she was just pulling my leg. There's this one Tumblr post. It was like, just pulling your chain. I mean, yanking your collar. I mean, tugging your... And, I mean, whatever. Tumblr user. I love Tumblr. I love blogging. Blog every day. Blog life. Blogger. So I like things like numerology and astrology because it's pattern recognition, and I think that there's value in that. What? People give it so much hate, but it's just a non-Western practice. And people will be like, oh, just because it's rooted in centuries of history does not mean true. Why aren't you okay, then why are religions allowed to rule nations? But I can't be interested in something. When I would be sitting in apush class, my second nemesis was my apush teacher. He was this crypto bro. And I was the one who would argue with him. He loved signing papers when he was mad at people, so I would raise my fucking hand and I would start arguing with him. Like one time I went, Coach Mayer, what are your opinion on NFTs? And he just started going on this rant, and then I just was like, okay, yeah, they're literally burning down rainforests, but also, why are they so ugly? And he started being like, what you're talking about is all of these, like, specific ones, and I just kept going, but why are they ugly? And he kept trying to argue, and then he was like, I can't tell if you're joking or not, and it always went like that. But it was like the first or second day of school, because it was when our desks were in clumps, and our first project we had to do like this PowerPoint about a Supreme Court case, and I was like, we should do the gay one. And then there was this religious girl, she was like, and I was like, okay, we can't do that, let's do the trans one. She was like, okay, the abortion one. And she just kept saying, oh, I don't know, I don't want to do this. And I was like, why don't you want to do it? Why don't you want to do it? And she was like, because of my religion. Oh, so you hate gay people because of your religious beliefs. And eventually I was like, if you guys, they started dogging on me because I liked astrology. I was 16. and I liked astrology, and I have pronouns, and everybody was freaking dogging on me for it, but, you know, they couldn't... I'll be getting to that later. But I said, if you guys can make fun of me for liking astrology, I should be able to make fun of you for being Christian. Psh, the entire class just erupted. Everybody was fucking screaming. And I was just like, it's a belief. A religion is a belief. They split the house because they told the truth. At 8 in the fucking morning. I would always stand up for the class, so then we wouldn't have to do work, because it was an ethical thing for me. I was also, I didn't feel like writing an essay, but also I knew that I would be able to just go and then I would be done. Most of these people didn't do that, including my friend, my dear Natalia. I did not want her to have to do it, so I got rid of it for the entire class. And it would always just... It was also when I was in my weird earring phase. Yeah. Are we surprised? Yeah, I just had a tangential memory, but I think it's a feeling that will be better put into poetry than stream of speaking. But, you know, I would also argue against them, and I was right. Like, when I think we were talking about ethical billionaires, and then someone brought up Rihanna, and I was like, I'm pretty sure she had child labor stuff. And that my apush teacher went, I don't know nothing about that. Like, he just didn't know. We were talking about, at one point, Reagan, and I was saying how he, you know, just let a bunch of gay people die, AIDS, and, you know, it's the AIDS crisis was more than just white gay men. But we were talking about, like, Stonewall, and specifically, yeah, my gay ass was focused on gay issues. I was 16, couldn't really process the bigger picture, and I'm still processing things because I'm spending a lot of time in my own little world. But I do everything perfectly, so when I do get to a political point, I say it poignantly. But they talk behind my back, and because I was trans, people weren't really a fan of me because I was unapologetically myself. I've always been myself, and I've also always been non-binary. So, oh my god. They're sitting in a physics class that I'm not in, but two fucking theater kids are there, and they're nosy as fuck, eavesdropping on people talking shit about me. And one of them goes, and the worst part is, you can't even tell if they're a boy or a girl. My bad. There's not much I can do for you. There's not much I can do for you, mate. Oh, that was not even an accent. Or maybe it was. Where's that linguistics guy? I love you. I love your videos, etymology guy, whoever the fuck you are. You would have a field day with me and my beautiful brain.